As I was heading down there, I started to have second thoughts almost immediately because the crisis here in Texas, you need to be here on the ground. As I said, really from the moment I sat on the plane, I began really second-guessing that decision.
So Tim Poole, like most of conservative media, claim to not like Republicans, right? They don't make videos about Republicans, right? They don't spend a lot of time exposing the swamp in the Republican Party, but they will honorable mention in a couple of their videos, I don't really like Republicans. Yeah, the Republicans, they're so whatever, right? They'll say sort of negative things about the Republicans, but apparently the Republicans aren't that bad because they're not even worthy of conservative media really spending much time on it at all, right? How much can you hate Republicans if you're a political commentator and you're not expending any energy to posting videos about them, right? Talk about theater. But anyway, some of the conservative channels have been talking about how the left has been covering the story. So let's understand this. These conservative media channels claim they don't like Republicans. They claim the Republicans are bad, whatever the words they use. Here's a great opportunity for channels that love to expose politicians on the left to do a video calling out Cruz. All right? This is an easy one. This is an easy one. In the middle of a crisis, he goes to Cancun and then he lies about it. I mean, we know if Pelosi did this, they would all roast her. 2-3 videos, right? But because they are propagandists, they don't actually care about the swamp. They don't care about corruption. They don't care about the things they talk about. What they care about is that their audience cares about it, and therefore they can make money from it. Because if they really cared about it, they would call it out. And again, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. You can go right back to attacking the left and the Democrats. I'll probably agree with you a lot on a lot of the stuff. But come on, this is an easy video. Cruz goes on a cruise in the middle, whatever. Like, do your normal thing that you normally do for a Democrat. Why are you protecting the swamp? Anyway, Tim Poole, rather than make one of his typical videos, which are very sort of aggressive, and focus it on Ted Cruz, he puts a title that focuses on Democrats. What do Democrats have to do with Cruz? Right? Ted Cruz is his own man. He's a grown adult. He is a senator. What he just did, he did. Why do you have to include the Democrats, demon rats, in the story? Why isn't it just straight up some kind of derogatory thing, Ted Cruz, blah, blah, blah? Anyway, listen to the video.
Storm is wreaking havoc across this country. In Texas, the grid is failing and millions of people are without power. People who don't know how to deal with winter weather are seeing pipes burst in their homes because it's getting so cold. A little bit of advice to everybody. Double check this for sure. But we were always told in Chicago, keep the water running. You're in an old building, the pipes can get cold. You just get the water to run a little bit and that will prevent the freezing, the cracking, the exploding.
Wow. Tim Poole has a solution. You just have to run the water. All these morons in Texas, they don't know that you just run the water and it doesn't freeze. I guess they should subscribe to Tim Poole's channel and they could learn stuff like this.
Anyway, Ted Cruz, senator from Texas, who's supposed to be a leader, did one of the dumbest things a politician could do, and he hopped on a plane to Cancun while people in his state were suffering. Now, I got to be honest with you, everybody. There's not a...
So, I don't know what he's about to say, but I think he's about to hedge it, because saying that about Ted Cruz, that was like, whoa, Tim Poole? he's actually calling out somebody on the right? Amazing. I mean, just saying it was the dumbest thing. I mean, he's definitely been a lot harsher when it comes to people on the left. But still, I was about to give him credit. Now, what is he about to say? I don't know what he's about to say. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm guessing he's about to do his normal hedging thing where it's like, oh boy, can't call out politicians on the right. Let me try to whitewash it somehow. Because, hey, he thinks it's the dumbest thing to do, but yet he didn't feel it was worthy to put in the title. Right? In the title, he's going after the Democrats, not Ted Cruz.
Not a whole lot Ted Cruz could do as a senator right now. The Senate is not in session. I suppose he can just sit around and wallow, in the power outage. Maybe he should. Or as a political leader, he could I don't know, provide food, warm food, blankets or something. Now, look, I'm not saying it's the job of Ted Cruz to go around on a blanket drive or anything like that, but optics matter. And right now,
see how the game that he plays. So if you're conservative, you're on the right, you're watching this video. He just, and this is how when you talk to his viewers, no, he's objective. He calls out both sides, right? You hear that little critique. That's the dumbest thing. He didn't call him dumb. He said it was the dumbest thing, right? He didn't say Ted Cruz is an idiot. This guy's an idiot. He's absolutely the stuff he would say about somebody on the left that they did this. No, he focuses on the thing that he did, being dumb. And then immediately after that, well, there's not really much he could do. So if I'm a right winger, I'm a conservative, I'm kind of like, I was holding my breath. And then he said, oh, yeah, those Democrats, there's nothing he can really do. So now when I see some liberal posting a video about Ted Cruz, I've just been given a talking point by, that's how this stuff works. I've been given a talking point by Tim Poole. I'd be like, hey, what do you expect him to do? You know, where were you when Pelosi was at the salon? You didn't care about that. And now you want to talk about Ted Cruz, a senator who can't really do anything? That's why these conversations don't go anywhere. Because when you talk to these people, they are not giving you their ideas and their thoughts. They're giving you Tim Poole's thoughts, Ben Shapiro's thoughts, Steven Crowder's thoughts. They watch these channels, and liberals do the same thing. They watch these channels, and these guys get up in there and they explain stuff and, oh, it's not on merit. It's standing. And you're like, oh, it's standing. And then you go tell somebody, you don't even know what you're talking about. So when they challenge you, you're just kind of like, oh, well, Obama. This here reveals why those conversations go in that way. Anyway, apparently Ted Cruz disagrees with Tim Poole because Ted Cruz himself says that he should have been in Texas, right? He shouldn't have done it. But Tim Poole still feels a need to give him an excuse. Right. So in this propaganda video by Ben Shapiro, the guy who didn't cover any of the dozens of post-Capitol attack stories, the guy who didn't really cover the impeachment trial at all, of course he did his propaganda commentary on it to just like, oh, it's nonsense, it's the Democrats, whatever, but did he actually show his audience the trial and what was actually occurring? No, he completely hid it. But he's going to, instead of criticizing Cruz, like that was an easy one. Make a video showing that you're not just a partisan, you're not a propaganda channel. You call out corruption when you see it, right? Just make a video, hey, Cruz is wrong, he shouldn't have done it, blah, blah, blah. I got no problem saying that. Instead of doing that, he goes a Tim Poole approach and hits it back, uses it as ammo to attack the left, which is a propaganda tactic, right? You're all about attacking on the another side and trying to alter reality or the perception of a certain group per se. In this video, he tries to say that the media, he obviously means liberal media, instead of covering Cuomo, they're covering this. Meanwhile, the liberal media has been covering Cuomo for a while now. Now, they didn't cover it aggressively in the beginning when they should have, but they have been all over it, posted many, many videos. And Ben Shapiro is posting one of their videos, MSNBC, propaganda MSNBC. Ben Shapiro is showing a video on liberal media's channel about Cuomo in his video saying that liberal media is not talking about Cuomo. What?
Cuomo called me the next day at 8 p.m. While I was about to bathe my kids. I was with my wife, and for 10 minutes, he berated me. He yelled at me. He told me that, my career.
So this would be a great propaganda move. So right now, Cruz looks pretty bad, and he's on the right. So let me capture some of that attention by making a video with Cruz's name in there. So people on the right see it. It comes up in their feeds. And then let me focus their attention on something that the left is doing. Right? Oh, look at Cuomo. Look what Cuomo's doing. Like, he doesn't care enough about what Cruz did to make a video just about that. And then a separate video about Cuomo. He has to take the Cruz video and make it about Cuomo. So at the end of this video, if I'm a right-winger watching his content, I've totally forgotten about Cruz. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, those Democrats again. Mission accomplished.
Be over. He's been by.
Interesting. Conservative twins. Did they actually do a legit video calling him out? This looks like a clean title. These guys? There's no way they just called him out and they didn't make this about the Democrats.
When you start...
We got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. But before we start the show, remember everybody, you can always support the Hard Twins. Where? That's right, you guessed it. At a Ted, why didn't you just go to Arkansas, man? Mississippi? I mean, okay. I mean, Ted, obviously, Ted's got it like that. Yeah. Hey, Daddy, let's go to Cancun. It's cold as hell out here. Let's go to Cancun, Mexico, Daddy. He's like, yep, let's do it. Sounds good to me. Gets on the, how expensive was them damn tickets on last minute? They go to Cancun, but, I mean, Ted. I like you, Ted. Still like you, Ted. Ted, let me ask you a question. What the hell were you thinking? You know what these liberals are going to do. I mean, I know if we're at the airport and we getting recognized by hundreds of people. Yeah. I know they recognize your ass. Yeah, you should have put on an afro or something, some shades. Yeah, you got to come up with a disguise.
You mean to tell me I don't know what the rest of the video they say, and you see they did put a little liberal stuff in there. But conservative twins nuked the rest of conservative media from orbit, as Tim Poole likes to say. Everybody else made it about the left or didn't talk about it at all. Conservative twins says, what the hell, Ted Cruz? Wow. But it gets better than this. My video was just going to be, I thought it was going to be like, hey, I thought they all were going to not cover this. So conservative twins is a surprise. And wait till you see the next surprise. So of course, there you go. So instead of Blaze TV calling out Ted Cruz, it's mainstream media tears into Cruz Cancun trip. Says nothing about Cuomo. What are you talking about? They're lying. Anyway, this is amazing. So conservative twins and Newsmax TV. Look at the title already. Lying Ted or Honest Dad. Wow.
Matter of principle, and I'll tell you.
Biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush. You are the single biggest liar. He's a nasty guy.
Remember that? Lying Ted from the 2016 GOP primary. Will we see it again in 2024? Who knows? Let's be honest, though. All politicians lie to us in one way or the other, but not all lies are created equal. And Ted Cruz got busted in a bit of a fib, and it looks bad, and most of the media, a lot of the left, they're now trying to blow this way out of proportion. People like the Lincoln Project, they are trying to use Ted Cruz's trip to raise money for their corrupt organization. The same people trying to desperately recover from allegations of financial mismanagement.
Wow. They start off good. They did the Lying Ted clips, and then they fall into the left is trying to over. Oh, man. I mean, it is Newsmax after all.
Wasn't Andrew Cuomo bad? And here's the point we really want to drive home, though. Intellectual honesty is what we strive for here on this program, unlike the folks at the Lincoln Project and other politicians out there. That's why we can call out both Ted Cruz and Andrew Cuomo and differentiate between these two stories and tell you why they are important. And Gavin Newsom dining at the French Laundry, and that teachers union lady from Chicago who went down to Puerto Rico while telling everyone that their kids couldn't go into school. Remember Mayor Lori Lightfoot's hair appointment? We would forgive you if you forgot. But how about Nancy Pelosi's blowout? Of course, more memorable. And then there was the mayor of Austin, Texas, who went down to Cabo while asking his constituents to lock it down. Don't forget that Ted Cruz called him out for that. Now, a big part of Cruz's brand is trolling the left, liberal tears and all that. And I respect that to a point, but we're at that point right now. None of these stories, though, really should be mutually exclusive. They are all unique in their own way, and you can follow them all, even if you are a supporter of the person embroiled in the scam.
Here's one difference. I bet you anything in your video about Pelosi or Lightfoot or anyone on the left, I bet you didn't make it about the left or bundle it with other stuff. I bet you straight up went all in on Pelosi or whatever, right? You didn't do this, yeah, well, you know, it doesn't look good and everything, but the left, you know, they did it. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well.